Hi, North Lake family, Pastor Jeff here, and I'm remembering some experiences that I had as a high school and college athlete. I'm remembering some things that were pretty trying. High school, I remember we had a hill that was right next to our practice field. It went up about 35, 40 yards, and we would have to run hills. And we would run those until our legs felt like they were going to fall off. And I think if I went up it now, just walking up, I would be completely out of breath. But we used to run those 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I think maybe 10 at the most. And then there was leg lifts. Some of our other athletes remember lying on your back and holding your legs up, and the coach would come around. If your feet were on the ground, he'd kick you and try to get those feet back up again. Put them up and spread them out and put them back together again until your abdomen was just about ready to die. One of my most vivid memories was grass drills, where we'd have to run in place, and then they would say hit, and you'd have to jump on the ground and push yourself back up. If you were slow getting up, they were treating you with scorn and mockery, and on it would go. You do 4 quarters of that, and as many as they wanted to assign, the whole team jumping on the ground and forcing yourself to get up and back into our running mode. And eventually, once in a while, they would go to overtime. You'd think you'd be all done at the end of the 4th quarter, and they say, "All right, overtime," and it would keep going past the point when you thought you could continue. And I realized all of that, we knew it at the time, was designed to get us into peak conditioning and also to have the mentality that we could face whatever we had to face when the competition got really tough, that you could develop a sense of perseverance and be able to carry that through into the contest, into the game. Well, I'm long past doing those kind of exercises now. I haven't done a grass drill in a long time, except for maybe playing around with our kids, the grandkids. But I'm also aware that a similar kind of conditioning needs to happen for us spiritually. And that to be strong and let your heart take courage, which is what Psalm 27:14 tells us, to be strong and let our heart take courage also involves some exercises or practices or ways of being and thinking and being and doing that enable us to get more and more resilient. I think of that as a stick-to-itiveness was the term that might have been thrown out when I was in junior high. Persevering, endurance, faithfulness, steadfastness are some of the biblical words that get attached to that. I'm really focused on that this week because of what we're doing with the One Conference. And our guest speaker coming from Nashville, David Thomas, has a unique focus on nurturing resilience, especially with children and youth, but it has applications for all ages. And I think it'll be most worthwhile for us to spend time with him at this Saturday's One Conference, 1 to 4 in the afternoon, to reflect on and perhaps to do some practices and to begin to contemplate what can we be doing to be more resilient when we have to face tough times. I think North Lake has shown some remarkable resilience in recent years. And in fact, COVID has generally made children more resilient, according to what some of the experts are saying. But it's something that we still need to be mindful of and intentional about and trying to do our best to become more resilient as followers of Jesus Christ. So I invite you to that. I promise you, we won't be doing any grass drills. We're not going to take you out on the field and see how many times you go down and can get up. Not going to run any hills. Not going to do any leg lifts. But there'll be other things that we can do that can make us stronger for the Lord and make our hearts take courage and enable us to be steadfast and faithful no matter what the competition throws at us. God bless you. Have a great week.